looking at that ass got me want to do something tonight.
Oh.
No right, when I see right. Shorty looking like she tight. She might. Will she give me the green light? She might.
What type of games are being played? How's it going down?
You ain't fuck with the X?
Yeah, no, X is interesting, man.
Dude, he should have did a whole album with Drew Hill or Cisco.
Ooh, yeah, Cisco. That shit would have been dope.
That was when they collabed together. Well, when he collabs with R&B artists, he was just always just like top notch for me, man.
Yeah, it gave off the Tupac vibes. That's what I always loved about Pac, because he always. That's the main thing. We about to go music.
No,
all right.
no, we're not. We got a special.
That's the main thing I hate about
tonight. We can't go.
Yeah, but that's the main thing I hated when rappers started trying to sing their own hooks and shit. It's like, bro, you can hire Usher.
Yeah, anybody.
Trey Songz. You can get singers to do some dope shit like the artists used to do. Now they just like, nah, give me some auto-tune and I'm gonna sing it on my own.
Hutch it.
Yeah, for sure. That shit's crazy, man. What's up, though, Germ? What's up,
on,
man?
Germ?
Big
Big
Germ
Germ?
in the day. Yeah, man.
What's up, Big
Happy to
Germ?
be here, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
happy
for
to
having
have
me,
you,
guys.
brother.
Yeah.
For sure, man. How's
Hey, I
the-
brought some stuff here real quick.
Ooh, okay.
some stuff.
A
Dude,
man,
first.
Okay, you see
I
how
can't come empty-handed. You know?
a
see
man
how-
after thine
you
own
see how
heart.
this works?
Yeah,
When you
Boom.
guest on a water pod, you earn favoritism by bringing liquor.
exactly.
Or
Or
gifts and
Terramana,
gifts.
man.
Gifts,
This is
period.
dope.
What is
Have you guys
this?
had Terramana? It's the rocks.
Is this the rock shit? So
it's
I
the
haven't
rocks
had.
crap, man.
Oh shit! I haven't had this. I've had his rock shit, but I haven't had whatever this.
Yeah, I
is.
saw this in there. I thought that I'd give it a try. It's
Bro,
just
you
the
look like a young
whiskey
Rocky
barrel
Maivia
rested- yeah,
out this
man.
bitch.
That's why I
dog.
brought it.
Yeah,
That's why I brought it.
I like it. I like
You
it.
know, whenever you first was it you that first came around when Bubba was like, "Yo, wait till you meet this motherfucker." I call him the Rock Obama.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Show me a picture. I was
Brother,
like,
man.
"Damn, that's fucking crazy."
You got one more?
Yeah.
Jeffrey need one.
Yeah. Man.
I thought I gave it before. Oh,
Just
cause that's
let me
why.
just
'cause
sip
I
on.
had
I'm gonna fill it up to the top. I wouldn't shoot it. I'd probably just like chill on it.
Oh yeah.
We gonna hang
Yeah,
out.
let's
bro.
sip on it.
Yeah, thank
Give
you
it
guys
a
for
little
having me,
sipsy.
man. It's my first podcast, so I'm super stoked.
Oh yeah.
Glad.
Super stoked.
Thanks for making it with us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. When you were
To formally shoot the shit. You know?
yeah, let's shoot this shit. Let's shoot this shit. Nah, we appreciate it. Like Cousin Sal over there said, man, when you bring gifts, bro, you got a special place in our hearts.
Boom.
You're remembered.
Yeah,
You're
for
remem-
sure.
You're better remembered.
Which,
Let's say
like,
that.
this is like, hey,
Cheers, boys.
salud,
Cheers, brother. Good to
salud,
see you,
salud.
Likewise, guys.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, shit.
We shooting it?
There you go.
All right.
Every time.
Sip on. That's good.
Yeah, let's get a sip.
It's
of
a real
it.
smooth.
little Resposado.
Yeah, he's advertising like
that
gluten
is
free, The Rock. You know, you shut the fuck up. Juice to the gills,
my
but
tequila.
gluten free.
Drink my tequila to go work out for 4 hours.
Nah, that shit's super good. Yeah.
smooth.
I love a good tequila, man.
The fucking Rock, man, like, what a fucking life.
You see the movie
know?
he's coming out with?
What's he got now?
What's the name of it? Have you seen it?
I feel like we say that every like 3
No,
months.
he's coming out as Mark Kerr, a fighter.
Oh yeah,
he's doing
yeah,
the
dude.
Mark
I
Kerr
remember.
story.
It. Yeah. Mhm.
Dude, they transformed that dude to look
Oh,
eerily like him, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a giant motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
And I didn't know shit about Mark Kerr, but I'm interested to see him. I'm a rock. I fucks with the rock.
He's Samoan, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Black and Samoan.
Rock is black Samoan.
Alpha
Black and Samoan? Yeah. What is that?
They call it Alpha Kasi, man.
I thought you said
Yeah,
alpha cock. I was
Am
like,
I allowed
yeah,
to say that?
sure.
Alpha Kasi,
Okay,
yeah. It's just
okay.
like, I don't, yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? I probably
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
go to
never
like
know
Hawaii
these
or like a
days.
place like that. Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Okay,
Say
well,
that
I know I'm a fucking Howley.
Howley,
That's what
yeah,
I know.
that's right. Yeah,
It's a howley.
It's like gringo. It's like fucking white folk.
out in Hawaii.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
They
Hawaii
call
they
them
call you
Howleys,
Howleys.
yeah.
Dude,
I mean, they'll call you a Howley even if you're not white. If you're just like not one of them, you know.
Yeah,
what I
you're
mean?
outsider.
An
You're an
outsider.
so
Howley.
I used to work
But it's
with
primarily white people though.
But
Like,
what's the thing?
I
Because
got
when
called a Howley one time.
the whole reason I went down this thing is because when I drank this, I wanted to do the. Is it called a haka or whatever?
Taka.
Yeah.
What's it
The
called?
haka. It's
Haka.
haka.
Yeah.
That's
I was like,
dude. That's a wild thing.
Yeah.
That shit is wild.
I wish we would have like choreographed and learned one so we
Nah,
could.
I
But
feel
that might be
disrespectful.
that's disrespectful.
I feel disrespectful.
Nah,
I see a lot of people
nah.
doing it, but I'm like, when you watch like a true, what are they, Polynesian?
Yep.
When you watch a
Yeah,
true
it's-
Polynesian kick that shit,
it's
you like,
not a joke,
Them
yeah.
boys mean.
Well,
man.
down there, that's like a Maori tradition. Like down in like New Zealand, right? Like you know, a lot of those people are like diverse in ethnicity. You know what I mean? So like, I mean, they have white people in the groups in the like, you know, like the like what sport is it they play there?
Rugby.
Rugby.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like the whole rugby team comes together. I think it's your spirit. The Samoans are known as the happy people of Samoa. You know what I mean? And like you go to a place like Hawaii, like everybody calls you cousin.
Yeah.
It's like love. So like nobody feels like you're robbing the culture. If anything, you know what I mean? If you have the right intention on the heart, man, like it's to be shared
But
and
like
loved.
I don't,
you know what mean?
I don't think
It's
I
a good
could,
spirit
like,
that you're expressing. I think
couldn't
everybody
e-
has that spirit
I can't
in them, though.
express
Mana.
that. I
you know
don't
what
have
mean?
that emotion because
Mana.
when the boys really do that shit, they're like
Oh, yeah,
ready
yeah,
for war.
Oh, yeah.
And I just don't have that like.
Well,
intensity.
because you're not, because it's a
Look,
spirit.
He looks good doing it, man. I was like,
Well, because
That was strong.
it's a spiritual thing, and it's like you're not connected with what they deem that spiritual thing that they're. You know what I'm saying? It's like people speaking in tongues or fainting on stage when they get hands laid on them. Like people from the outside might look at it and like, oh, they're like really into that stuff. But once you like, you're connecting spiritually with what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's just different. That's why they have that emotion and you never could because they like believe in what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They believe in that, what that creates and the energy it puts out. You know what I mean?
I worked with a dude that said down in Hawaii they call the trannies wahoos or wapoos. Something like that. He's like, yeah, they're called like he was like in the military and he ended up down there for a little stretch of time and he was like, they call them like wapoos or some shit. And I was like, he's like, dude, they fooled me. He said, I was at the bar flirting with this long-legged chick. I put my hand up her skirt and I was like, oh, shit.
That's like some Thailand shit.
Dude, he said that shit was in Hawaii. He was like, dude, he fucking like fainted or something, ran out the bar. I don't know. It was very dramatic for him.
Yeah.
Very dramatic.
I feel like
as it would be.
Yeah. But, I mean, I just feel like, too, East and West Coast so different, you know? Like,
I guess.
That's just...
Well, I was watching something about, I think it was China, because where's the lady boys big? Thailand. They're big in Thailand, right? Mm-hmm. There was this dude walking down the street, and apparently it's like, have you been to Thailand?
I've been to Thailand.
Have you? I hear it's like super jumping in the street, like on the prostitute section. I hear it's like fucking mad crowd.
All right, let the subject matter expert tell you what it is. Now, I've been there, man. Listen.
Well, hold on.
It's an event.
I just want to hit
an event.
I want to hit this point. So, like, apparently it's like it's popping over here, but there's this one area where it's like the lady boys are
walking street,
and they're like, no, we're not trying to fake the funk. Like, we are what we are, and people come looking for, like, they got a thing for lady boys. So it's wild.
The culture out there is like, it was the funnest time, man. We went in 2010. We were as the Marine Expeditionary Unit, the 31st MU, man. So we pulled up and we had like 4 days of libo. I was like 23 years old, new Lance Corporal, man. First time deploying anywhere, man. We dropped off in like Thailand.
Hell yeah.
And we had to be back on the ship at midnight every night, dude. But we could leave the ship as early as like 6 a.m., I think, or something wild like that for my rank. We were low enlisted, you know. But we walked out there, dude, and yeah, like everything you're talking about with regard to that. But like there was more going on out there too. It wasn't just like a freak sex show, but like that definitely. Anything you wanted to do in Thailand, dude, and I mean anything you wanted to do in Thailand, man, you could damn near do.
So
it felt like the dollar went a long way, man. Bot is cheap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I just finished watching what's the show, White Lotus, and they were in Thailand. That shit look a little. Well, at least the resort there.
Well, it's like that's why like I've always been an advocate for less. I feel like less laws kind of. I don't want to say it's better, but it's just like.
Well, when everybody understands the climate, I think it's like
for
it's
instance,
understood.
like heroin, like making heroin illegal, only really perpetuates like locking up people and putting people in jail that aren't like heroin might be a bad example because I know people are going to watch and be like, oh, my brother died from heroin, my cousin died from heroin or whatever. But when it's illegal, it just turns into a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you legalize like a lot of shit, I feel like you have less for one, by proxy, you're going to have less criminals because you're not putting people in jail. But like for instance, like cocaine, like they make cocaine like a super bad fucking Schedule 3 whatever that you can have an 8-ball of cocaine and get 10 years. You know what I'm saying? If
right.
And it's like okay, I think I've said this before, but I just think laws should be like, as long as you're not hurting someone else, like causing someone else suffering pain or putting others in danger, then
So are you trying to say like, or let me just ask you this: do you think that if we had less laws and things were less stringent, that our society or our culture would like adapt and live better, like amongst each other? Okay, so I thought that's what you was getting at.
You believe people are more good than bad?
I believe people are more good than bad, and I believe people like I believe that like whenever you make something, it's like having kids and you make something that's like, you know, you make a rule and then your kid is like instantly is like, why do we have this rule? That must be whatever they're saying I shouldn't do, I should do because it's got to be something super fucking fun, super cool. So there's that, and then there's like when you have rules, it just makes everyone act more shady. Okay. It's not like, oh, I made a rule and now everybody's going to be good. No, it's just like people are going to be liars and stealing and thieve. You know, it's just like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like when you add consequence,
guns would be the like ultimate example. Is like I don't care how much you try to regulate or make it illegal or whatever you want to do. I hate guns. I wish nobody had guns. I don't even like guns. I own a gun only to protect my family, but I hate guns. Just put that out there. But everyone should have one until no one has one. Like, unless guns were completely fucking imaginary, gone, like, every gun's gone.
Killer instinct is still in people.
That's fine. But I'm saying, like, okay,
if we could mutually all agree, no killing by gun. That would be a safer world.
There'd be a whole bunch more.
Okay, we could say knives.
You up the
knives.
spectrum.
If there were no guns and all we had were knives, I would say everyone should have a knife until nobody has a knife. You know, and then we take away knives, sticks. Everyone should have a stick until no one has a stick. Everyone, like, that's all I'm saying is like, because if you make, the more laws you make, it doesn't matter. You just make more criminals. Like, you don't make anything better. That's all I'm saying. Laws, 90% of laws don't make anything better. They just make people criminals who wouldn't be, or they criminalize shit. That's, I don't know. Whatever.
What you were saying about like people
you shouldn't hurt anyone else. You shouldn't fuck little kids. Shouldn't kill people.
That's a dark
you
turn.
shouldn't. I'm just saying. Like,
murder's cool, but you can't fuck little kids.
No, you shouldn't. No, I say you shouldn't be able to kill people.
No, I'm not saying you did. It was just funny.
See, guns are appropriate for such things. Y'all heard about Cain Velasquez? You heard what happened with him?
Yeah,
UFC
he drove
fighter,
like
man?
400 miles and went and
dude.
Killed a dude?
Cain Velasquez was the ex-UFC heavyweight champion.
I did hear something about
that. Dude, and he had a situation with his family at daycare. One of his children was molested, man. I wouldn't want to, spot.
He didn't kill nobody. He just beat the shit out of him.
No, he tried to, man. Like, he chased him down in the car, dude. The guy and his dad, and chased him down on the freeway and popped shots in that fool's truck, was trying to kill him, dude.
How terrifying would it be to get chased down by a UFC fighter?
Hit the dad. Shot the dad, the passenger. He shot the passenger, through the window. And got arrested. And there was this whole thing about like whether or not like, he was obviously, in a state of high emotion, kind of like, clinically insane, given like what he just found out about his loved one in his home.
I think there's been cases.
I'm sorry,
like
like
that.
as a man though, dude, like, man, I'm sorry, man, like I'm here to kill you if you try that on my family, man, 100%.
Yeah.
You're definitely. So that's what guns are important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even if you didn't have a gun to go do that, I'm gonna bring a gun now for that. That's what guns required for me to take you out.
That's how I feel.
Not bringing a gun to my kids, but doing some crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't miss. That's the thing. Like, that's just crazy to me. I wouldn't miss. I'd have taken him out.
But if there were no guns, there were no knives, like, you'd choke him to death. Like, it doesn't, like...
Yeah, nothing was going to stop. We weren't going to change our mind midway. We were going down the road. I would have done everything he did.
Yeah.
Only I would have, like...
But I feel you. Like, I'm... Like,
he's only doing, like, 3 years, though. He's not doing anything wild. Like,
I didn't think he got any time behind
he did.
He just went away, I think.
But...
3 years ain't shit.
But
for
everyone,
3 years? Yeah, I'll stand on my head.
But there was
years.
common sense about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
over some shit like that? Yeah. I'm going, dog.
Most of the time, there's not. I don't know. Maybe I just watched too many documentaries and read too much shit and realized that like our system is just designed to like, like break up the fucking nuclear family, break up the fucking. It's just like it's a system designed to make people live off the government or trust the government or like have it. Like, you remember when we had that, well, of course you remember, but when that dude home invaded my crib and me and you had to walk in there with guns and do all the and pin him down and wait for the police and shit, and it's like,
whoa,
yeah,
here?
Oh,
Yeah, down here.
We about to get to
Here?
you. We
That's
about to
crazy.
get
Oh,
your
it
thoughts
was-
on
it
this.
was
I've
a-
been waiting to get up and talk about this shit.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was a wild fucking scenario for sure. But it's just like, I don't even know where I was going at because we fucking flipped the script. But
Okay.
whatever. What were we talking about before that?
How many people Jeremy's killed? So I want to get to.
No, I don't know, man. I can't remember the reason I brought it up because I brought it up with a purpose of like, you know, like there's laws that are, you know,
No, this is your brain we're talking
it's
about.
just like. Oh, that shit was
Okay, so
crazy,
let's
man.
break this. We've
I'm
told
trying to
we've told
remember what we
we've
were
told the
talking
story on the pod. Just cut me off.
You know, yeah.
No, go ahead.
So we told the story
I'll
before,
remember.
but we'll give it. Sorry for y'all who've listened to it, but like this dude broke came into Michael's house. He was tweaking out. We ended up having. He was gone. He just left. He called me. I went down in there, and it was a very Raven and Haven were down there and shit, and he like went in there. So we had a whole guns to this. Scariest moment of my life.
Yeah.
Hands down. I've never thought I'd be in a position where I thought I would have to kill somebody, but yeah, that shit ain't no joke.
No, not here in the United States of America.
So,
bro.
but,
In my house,
but
man.
here's the thing:
My heart be jumping out of my chest.
When it was time, when there was a moment of time that we thought the both of us were like, we're about to kill somebody. Like this is about to happen because dude barricaded himself in the house. We had guns to him, and he was freaking the fuck out. And emotions were high, and I remember screaming through the door, "If you move, I'm shooting you in the fucking face."
Right.
Like I think I said that verbatim. Like if
Yeah,
you
you
move,
did.
I'm shooting you in the fucking face, dude.
But you never went in the door.
Didn't have to.
He was in the hallway.
No, I was in the hallway. I was yelling through the door.
Talking through the door.
Because I was watching the doorknob. Because I was like, if this doorknob, that's really what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Was if this doorknob moves, I'm shooting this motherfucker through the door. Like he's coming out, I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker. But I remember telling him, I said, if you move, I'm shooting you in the face, dude. And it scared the shit out of me. Right? It fucked me up for like 2 days. maybe
Police
a
already
week
called at
behind
this
it.
point?
Oh, they was on the way.
Yeah, okay, right.
So
Yeah,
so,
my wife Raven called the police. So like I left, and I always locked the door. But we were living in an apartment while this house was being built, and my son was like a mile away at basketball practice. So I went to go pick him up. It was 5:00 in the afternoon, maybe 5:30. So I leave to go pick him up, and I get 2 minutes down the road. Raven calls me screaming. So I didn't lock the front door when I walked out. I always locked it. But like I said, it's like 5:30. I'm gonna be back in 10 minutes. Like I just like, I'm gone. He walks in, whatever. But she calls me screaming and calls the cops. And so I turn around because we had just moved into this apartment. So her gun was in the safe because we moved. So I put the guns in the safe. So her gun's in the safe. I got the fucking key with me. Stupid. Like I learned so much shit from this experience. You know what I'm saying? But I had the key to her. She couldn't get a gun, but so she's in the fucking closet with her gun, but it's in a safe. My gun's
She
with
about to hit that motherfucker with the safe.
yeah, my gun's with me. Luckily, my homie is doing the same shit I'm doing, so he's upstairs because he moved into the apartment and got the fucking apartment right above me while his house was being built. So I call him. I'm like, yo, somebody's in my fucking house. Like, grab your gun, go down there, you know. And his wife's got a gun too, so both.
I didn't even hang the phone up.
No, yeah.
yeah.
He fucking
Drop the
goes
phone
to
on
my
the right.
master
Shit.
bedroom window to climb through.
It's the scariest shit's happening right now. It's the
Dog,
thing.
I kicked my
that
own.
thing's happening right now.
I kicked my own door in.
I was like, he has keys.
And I had my keys with me. Like I
It's
pull
the-
back up.
Yeah,
I
man.
pull back up. I fucking run out the truck with my gun. His wife's at my front door with the gun.
Fuck,
He
man.
climbed through the fucking window. I kicked the fucking door in. And I just come in. I'm like, Ed, where you at? And he's like, is that you? I was like, yeah, that's me. And fucking so he comes out of my master bedroom. I'm at the front. And I'm like, where the fuck is he at? Like, so we ain't. We're telling you, like, you probably seen way liver shit, but at the same time, like,
It worked like a well-oiled machine, dude.
yeah, but
It's
you're
go
like,
time,
but you're trained for that shit.
That's it,
We ain't
right.
trained for
No,
this shit.
So you
like,
guys are handling it amazingly.
Well,
you're
yeah, so
considerate,
like
by
we
the way. It's
fucking
crazy.
flank,
It's crazy.
like, you know what I'm saying? We're like, hey, you like we fucking pointed. We had this shit locked
Shit
down. It
like,
was-
so what
right.
happened? So from
But-
from
hold on.
Go ahead.
What I fucked up on earlier was we were talking about protecting our families, and that's what made me think about this shit. Is like, is whenever that moment comes, like a father, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, there's no way to express or understand, like, when a father gets into that moment where he has to.
Nothing else matters.
It's one thing, like, when it's
time,
just
baby.
like you could choose, like, oh, I'm gonna run. Like, fuck this. Like, I ain't got time for this. Like, all I care about is me. I could run. Like, I can run. I can hide. I can like, go into a bush and point the gun. And if anybody comes, I'm gonna shoot them. But like, when your daughter's over there, when your wife's over there, when your homeboy's over there, you know what I'm saying? Or in your case, like, one of your guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, we flew in on a fucking plane and got dropped in the middle of this desert together. Like,
it's fucking.
yeah, I'm not running. I'm not hiding. Like, I'm here to help.
Well, I felt
know?
that.
Like,
I felt that way about your family.
Yeah,
you called me
yeah,
like so.
yeah.
So what happened was when he called
too.
For
bro,
sure.
I had just got home. I was sitting down. My wife was about. She put like one piece of my dinner, and she was coming to bring it back to me. Like one plate. She was bringing some sides. I remember sitting at the table. I'm in my work clothes and shit. I ran into his house like with no shoes. No shoes. I was in a basketball shirt and a tank top. Like, I just got home, right? He calls me, and he is just like he said. He's like, somebody's in my house. Grab your gun. Somebody's in there with Raven. Just grab your gun and go. I think the only words I said to him was hello. Right? Jumped up, ran, grabbed my shit, ran, and I go downstairs, and it's quiet. The only thing I can hear in the house is your dog barking. I can hear Lily barking. I hear the dog barking, and it's quiet. I'm like, this doesn't sound like a home invasion to me. It just sounds like, I don't know, I was like second guessing what you were talking about, but it was dark. So I ran around the side and I looked through the window and Raven's, she's posted up in the closet, but she's like not just chilling, you know, she's in panic mode, dude. And I'm like, I'm knocking on the window. I'm like, Raven. She looked at me petrified because, you know, she don't know what's going on. And she's just like, she doesn't know where I'm at because it's so dark. She just hears me talking to her. I'm like, Raven. She's like, she's dude.
And you can see her though.
Yeah. Dude, it gave me nightmares. This shit really messed with my brain for a few days, dude. She couldn't see me, so she just like can't. And she was just in full panic mode. She screamed at the top of her lungs, Anthony, he's in my house. And I was just like, let me in your house. Like, oh, I got you, dude. So she finally sees me, and she comes over, and she's like trying to get the window open. I said, back up, I'm gonna break it, dude. And I was about to break that shit.
Yeah, the most important, you have to get in.
Yeah.
So I get in, and I'm like, okay, somebody's in the house. The only two people that he can't get to right now are them because they're in the closet, and he has to go through me. So I'm like, I'm just gonna sit right here. And if anybody comes through this door, they better announce themselves, and I better know them because I'm shooting. Then I hear Michael kick the door in, and I'm like, okay, that's obviously Michael. So then we go out there and, dude,
where was the dude at? He
okay.
He went in my son's room. So there was like a
just tweaking out. He's just.
Let me break that. I want to go to that part.
Well, he was methed out.
So apparently,
would you have went in there though? Probably, because
No.
that's what I was
I'd have
getting
held
at.
the door down at gunpoint, just like you guys did.
that's
For the
what we
cops to
did.
get there.
Because
100%.
all
I wouldn't have fired a
of
shot,
our
hopefully.
homeboys.
You didn't want
like,
to kill the fool. That shows you guys are good people. You know
apparently,
what I mean?
the dude is a good dude.
Some motherfuckers would be like, "Oh, it's my opportunity to get one," and it's just like, dude, you're sick, fam. Like,
That's how
you're
like
sick,
a
fool.
lot of my homeboys, like my boy Jimmy was like, nah, I'm putting one in him. Like, I'm going in there. Jeff too. Jeff, he ain't.
That's
he
what
ain't-
Jeff
Well,
said. He just said,
there's a defensibility maybe potentially. I don't know the laws. I'm not like one of those like give you a gun type
Yeah.
people. But I know people that are, so they don't listen in and say I'm speaking nonsense. But I think there's some defensibility to like, you're in my house, I'm shooting you in the front of your body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is.
And,
cops
and
that
a dead
night-
body
Yeah.
tells no tales, man. There's no story other than
Well,
you're in my house, you're not supposed to be.
that night,
and
the
you're
cops
dead.
told us
Yeah.
that we had every right, but we handled it the exact way that we should have handled
For
it.
sure. There's a human aspect too that's outside the law
Well,
that
like,
says
what I
try
was-
not to
Yeah.
kill this fool like you guys did. That was
What
really-
Yeah,
I was
that's
getting at
me.
is
I didn't want to
apparently
kill nobody.
he turns
Yeah.
out, and like he's a well-respected dude. He just fell off.
That's where all the
Yeah.
trauma comes from. All you're kind of like, damn, that shit was in my head forever. And like, I was
we
yeah,
know
dude,
people that
'cause you're
know
about to
that.
kill somebody.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
and
It's like,
and you
yeah.
start thinking, did I have to? And like at that point, I didn't have to, and that's something you gotta live with. Like, you didn't have to kill him.
He gonna do it
You
again.
chose.
You think so?
I don't know. No.
No.
I mean,
I think he
That-
learned
maybe.
that
that fool's
lesson.
coming to somebody else's house to tweak out again, be wild.
No,
Did he go to jail? Did he go to the cops took him away?
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Well,
had
he
to go
ate-
to his hearing and shit,
he
and like
ate
me and my
all-
wife were
he ate all
like,
his dope. They had to take him to the hospital first. Like, he was really what I was trying to
he
get
was
at
tweaked
is
out.
that
He
yeah,
thought
was
people were
tweaked out.
trying to kill him.
He was apparently
They were.
That's what he said.
I mean, shit.
That's
fool.
what I said. That's what that's how Ant said. Well, if you come out that door, I'll shoot you in the face. Because dude was like, they're after me. They're going.
Yeah,
They're,
he's
they're
like,
trying to kill
he's
me.
like, I'm the one
And
that called
Ant's
the
like,
police. It's like, don't care.
if you come out the door, I'ma fucking kill you. I'm gonna shoot you in the face. Like, don't worry about them. Like,
I was there, bro.
yeah. You was hype.
I'm surprised he ain't try to break
That's what I was like. That's what I would have did. But
that was part of my shit. Like when we were talking earlier about laws and all that shit. Like that's what the first thing. What the first thing the cops said to us? Like, well,
get
not
down.
the first thing. They told us get
Hands
down
behind your back
because they don't know what's going on. So we had to throw our guns to them and all that shit. But once it
Right,
was settled,
yeah.
once it was settled down, they gave us our guns back, and it was like, they were like, look. See how long it took us to get here? Like
shout out Goose Creek Police. They got there fast.
That's what he told us. He was like, we they got there quick. They got there within like 6 minutes.
Yeah,
but they were like, how long?
6 minutes, fam?
Yeah,
but like
But
30.
nah, dog.
No, dude, like 30 of them.
It would have been a body.
Well, yeah,
Like
sure,
30
cool.
of them in like
They'll
6
get them
minutes.
after they killed your family and murked everybody
that's
down
what
with
they
the dog.
said. That's what the cops
They'll
said.
get them though.
The cops
That's
said
the
our
point.
average response time is like 5 minutes. Like unless it happens right in front of us, like our jurisdiction is 40 miles wide. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I get the call,
that is why the Second Amendment is so important. It's those 5 minutes right there.
That's what the
you
cop said.
Motherfucking need.
The cop
as a
was
human
like-
being trying to care about your motherfucking family.
exactly.
God damn.
That's
yeah,
what the
strip
cop
me
said.
of that, please.
Yeah. And that's how I feel. That's what I was saying about laws. It's like
Yeah,
it's
go
like
ahead.
all these people who want these laws live in like
The people that want to strip you of that are the people that need you to have that the most.
they're the people
that
that's
need
never
some
had
protection.
somebody. They're the people.
Never heard it said that way.
Yeah.
You need the protection the most.
I've never
You're
heard
the
it said
vulnerable
that way.
class right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got your back. I won't let you do it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They're the people that have never had somebody break into their fucking house. You know, they've never.
Just think it just won't happen if they're all.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
people haven't been presented with any kind of opportunity where it's you or them. Have you, Jeremy?
Yeah, man.
Fuck
Nah,
that.
yeah,
We
and you know what's crazy
didn't bring
though?
him on here. He looked pretty and shit, but we ain't bring him
Yeah.
on here to talk about some pretty shit. Let's hear about it, dog. I want to know about this.
Well,
shit.
like with our story, it's like I'm sure you've been through countless. Like as a trained person, you said that's how you would have handled it.
I mean, yeah, you guys did a really good job of managing your emotions, reacting quickly, making decisive actions. I mean, those are all the things they train you to do. And like, yeah, man, like a lot of fools freeze up, fight or flight.
Holla at me, Uncle Sam.
You know, you learn all about it. You know, in the
I'm
Marine
ready.
Corps.
I'm raw
But-
talent.
Yeah.
But you guys were talking about like, the emotional aspect to like what you were dealing with and confronting, and like you're probably an autopilot at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just going in there, just making sure everything's handled, and being confronted with the situation and like what you got to, and you play it back in your mind 100 times, dude. Yeah, like you were wrestling with the fact that like those thoughts will never leave your dome, dude. They are crazy. It's a thing called, they call it in the Marine, they teach you all about it before you even go out there. Like in the Marine Corps, they teach you everything you need to know, dude, before you go out there. It's called tachypsychia, man. It's like, it's an experience where like everything slows down. You feel like you're in this like zone. You don't remember much until like sometimes days, weeks later. You play it back 100 times. You were in tachypsychia, man. Fight or flight instinct was there, and y'all reacted like some men.
Yeah.
And some fools have to get that trained into them. I had to get it trained
Shout
into
out
me.
Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
I was freaking out over like paintball rounds in training when we first, started as a Marine and shit. Like, you know what I mean? And then, all that training paid off in Afghanistan, man. Like we fought and, got into firefights and got blown up and did the whole nine and, you know what I mean? Have all the, yeah.
Who was the dude on Joe Rogan? Do you listen to Joe Rogan?
You carrying brass?
What's that?
You got brass from it?
Brass?
Don't you get that in the Marines?
Did I carry like brass from Afghanistan back? Like from like rounds we shot and stuff? No, I never brought anything back, man. But yeah, I mean, I got pictures
Nice.
and videos and
Yeah.
GoPro shit. And we got some fun stuff. But we were doing, at the time when we went to Afghanistan, it was 2012. So this was like the tail end of the war in Afghanistan, and Barack Obama was president. I was with 2-5, man, 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines is the Marine Corps' most decorated infantry battalion.
Hell yeah.
I just come from
Presence of
the
royalty.
Black Hearts. That's the Marine Corps Special Operations Amphibious Raid Company. I got selected to do this personal security detail for the battalion commander. We're a mobile assault platoon. So we sat like center in like the area of operation. We were like the center forward operating base, and we just patrol the AO. You know what I mean? Obviously looking for, enemy contact, supporting, troops in contact, ticks. Anytime that, a troop was in contact, we were, mobile support, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
QRF. But basically at that time though, man, it was like, they were weeding out of Afghanistan, and they had a couple strongholds. One place was this town called Zamindawar. It was the world's most dangerous place in 2012. And we did Operation Branding Iron. Zamindawar, south, it's like Musa Kala, South Helmand. And that was like the Taliban's last like hoorah. We took them the fuck out, man. We took them out 17 days, dog. Full Marine Air Ground Task Force.
One time for the Marine
USA.
Corps, baby.
Took them
Let's
out
go.
hard,
Yeah.
shit. And that was the dopest shit I've ever been a part of, man. That was the whole Marine Air Ground Task Force. We obviously the ground, but we rolled in, dude. We rolled in like 100 vehicles deep. It was like a 4-hour convoy into that bitch. They knew that's where we were coming. They're fucking bringing fools in from different countries and shit to catch the fade. You know what I mean? Women and fucking goats and shit are like leaving the town, spraying the fuck out of there, dude. And we came in this middle of the desert, dude. It was like there was nothing but like, you know, on the other side of this mountain was the village where we were going to be fighting. In the middle of the desert, dude, with the engineers and the excavators and the, you know what I mean? They built an operating base in like 30 minutes, dog. I didn't know anything like that existed, G. I'm a Lance Corporal. This is my second deployment. You know what I mean? I'm a machine gunner in a truck, and I'm sitting up there. I got front row seats to the whole show. G. I'm holding security, and these fools come and dig this huge ass like dirt mound. It's like our security and shit. It's huge. They got like these fucking mounds for like you got like the guns for security and like the Mako gate to like come in and like bring the trucks in and shit. And, like we staged all the trucks strategically for like if we get bombed, and like we're not getting bombed because we got our fucking mortars in the center of that bitch, and they got fucking targets already lined the fuck up, dog, and we're on there now, dude. We took the fucking field, G, and then started putting out patrols. We were the first patrol, G. And we were the first motherfucking patrol, G. It was fucking like 4 a.m. in the morning, dog.
Yeah.
Hard knock. Nothing but go. And we had air on station, dude. The helicopters are coming in, doing show of force. They're like flying into the tree line and setting shit on fire, and then we're rolling behind and just picking up anything moving behind it, G. And it's just a mission, dog. So we had that. Like, other than that, we weren't getting into much contact. It was like offensive operations. We knew where they were at. The war was pretty much over.
At least I know, like when you talk, that's like.
Dude, shit, my dick be hard right now. Like, that was fucking incredible.
It was a good time.
But
that one was
like,
17 days. It was nothing but the G
It's
shit.
definitely better than when I asked Bubba. He's like, I painted 4 miles of fence one day.
I folded parachutes.
I called this motherfucker. I'm like, what'd you do that shit? I painted some fence. I probably paid you $10,000 to paint that fucking fence.
That's wild, dude. So yeah,
but
that's wild.
Like, same type of shit we were talking about with Danny Cruz. Like, Bubba be on the ship and like
shout out
they leave with 30 bombs, come back, no bombs. You know, you're like, I didn't see who they hit or who they, you know, like shit popped off, but he just wasn't on the ground with it.
My grandfather was in Vietnam, and he was my
my granddad was in Vietnam. He was Agent Orange and all that shit.
So my grandfather was actually
that's a different war too, by the way. Colonel. That's some gangster shit. Those guys, those old men that are walking around at the VA and shit, man, dude, you have to understand, dog. Like, you have to have empathy, man.
Yeah, my granddad was he literally flew and went and like they would land and put the bodies on and the wounded and shit. Like, he was that guy that they would land and like he would load the fucking shit up with bodies and wounded and shit. But when they would land, they'd be like, you got an hour. You know what I'm saying? They're going to refuel, they're going to load up, whatever, but you got an hour. And sometimes he'd be like, that bitch be 7 minutes. You hear the fucking, like, we're getting attacked. Like,
yeah.
And if you don't get back,
this is
the sounds.
Your ass staying there.
Sounds. You talk about memory. You talk about like what you were. Like,
yeah, smells and sounds are the strongest. You just had the
fear
memories.
of what you might do. The memory of the sounds and the smells of shit, dude. Like an RPG flying by your dome, dude, and watching it. It's so big you can see it flying through the air at your dome, dog. Those things you hear stupid shit. Like, that's what PTSD is. It's just kind of like you have an abnormal reaction to like something in your environment. I was at Vaughn's with my mom, dude. I came home from Afghanistan, dude. It was like, it was funny, man. It was August. I think it was like the month of August or September or some shit like that. Maybe it was August. San Diego, California, man. It's like 85 degrees outside, dude. I have a hoodie on. I'm shivering cold because Afghanistan was like 130. You know what I mean? So like 85 just felt just chilly to me, man. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the movie that Tobey Maguire plays in? Brothers?
Nah.
Do you know what movie? Does anybody know what movie I'm talking about?
Yeah, we talked about this where he comes back.
Yeah. So he had to do some shit over there that, you know.
And the brothers with his girl? Is the brother with his girl or some shit like that?
It's
you think his brother died and the brother?
He thinks
Something like that.
Motherfuckers,
no,
dude.
he thinks, but his brother isn't with his girl. He thinks they are though, but
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
He was
He's freaking out about it.
He freaks out in the fucking kitchen.
Yeah, in the kitchen.
And
yeah.
I've read things and I've seen people talk about it, and they say like it's the best portrayed, like, what am I trying to say? It's the best portrayal of like a real deal crash out. Like this dude fucking loses it and like just fucking gone. Yeah. And I if you've seen it, I just wanted to know your perspective on that.
No, I haven't. I've seen maybe clips and stuff on like Instagram memes.
It's fucked
and
up, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of portraying the experiences like that or whatever. But
a lot of military guys don't like watching military movies because they're like,
yeah, I don't either, man.
Bullshit.
Honestly, man, I don't either. Because for me, it's
That's
not so
how
much.
it happened.
It's not so much like anything that I feel like I did, but definitely things you've seen and saw and smelled and felt. Like, man, like a hero flight. You know, so like all that cool rah shit, man. Yeah, man. But then like, dude, like, man, I'll say it like this. So we had, man, shit. Those are fucked up. You know, hero flight's fucked up, man. So I wasn't doing shit this day, man. I was some operation. We were like just holding security somewhere. But I got to watch the battlefield. And we were so far away, we weren't able to shoot anything. I just got to watch through my RCO, like, and listen to the radio for one of my like mentors. You
What's
know
the
what
RCO?
Rifle ready combat optic. It's just the optic you look through a gun. Yeah, the optic you're looking through a gun. Your RCO.
The scope.
I mean, it was an MDO. I was behind. It was an MDO. All the Marines are gonna get on me, dude. I'm fucking.
What's an MDO?
Man, asshole. Something day optic. Machine gun day optic. Machine gun day optic. Maybe they're gonna roast me in the comments, dude. It's been a long time, man. I got on 2018, man. I've been blown up 4 times. Y'all can lick my balls, homie. You know what I mean? Whatever the fuck. I'm looking through the damn optic, man. Yeah. How about that? I'm looking through the optic and
what? You were blown up with radio. Like IEDs and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about a hero flight, man. So this dude's down there, man. Wade Wilson. You can look him up, man. He's got a Bronze Star with a V for Valor for his actions this day. Gave his life for his Marines and protection of them. In a field, man. But ultimately, man, and he was a guy that taught a machine gun course. I wasn't a machine gunner by trade. He taught me the machine gun. He was my cousin's mentor, man. Joined with one of my cousins, Travis Sproat. And he was a gangster, man. And I got to watch the whole shit go down, dude, in the field, man. And he got clapped, man. And, you know, they obviously, you know, did, you know, decisive actions on the perp, knocked him, you know what I mean? But afterwards, man, you know, you're listening on the radio to the whole thing go down, and then you hear the Kazovac 9 line. You're trying to figure out who it is. You can't see who just went down, who's who, what's what. You're just listening to their zap number. You know what I mean? And I'm starting to piece together, you know, what platoon that is, and then what, you know, what first name, last name that could be. And then, you know what I mean? You start realizing that's Wade Wilson. That's Brock Andrew. Those are my boys. No. And it's a hero flight. No, somebody's dead. Which one? Who? You know what I mean? You're like, nah. And then the bird lands, dude. They clear a landing zone. You know what I mean? When somebody dies, dude, we up the volume. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Like, you take one of ours, dog, like, cyclic rate of fire until we fucking, you know what I mean, make decisive actions on the battlefild. Like, we're calling everybody and their mother, dude, and we're going to take the battlefield right the fuck now. We got to land a bird and take this fool out of here because we don't leave a Marine behind, period. You're going to go home. You're going to go home on a hero flight, period. That's what's happening. So, you know what I mean? They're mobilizing. They took the battlefield fast, man. Landed the bird, dude. It's called a hero flight, man. And they take the boy's body, man, and fly it away, man. And it's just like you're listening to the bird land. You're listening to all this shit on the radio, watching it from ways away. You can't do shit, dog. The fool just died on the battlefield out here, G. And it's just like, for what? He's flying away, dude. He's going to go. His parents are going to get called. The Marines are going to come over to the door and wear the blues and tell them what happened. And he's going to come home in the box and the, you know, American flag. And he got his hero flight. And that's special? Is that cool? We're out here, dude, like, these fools out there, dude, we were looking at these fools living in mud huts, man. You know what I mean? And we maybe had like 3 or 4 months. We were going to be in Vegas, balls deep in like solid 10 pussy, man. You know what I mean? And these fools were living like this. And my homie just lost his life out here over this shit. Like, so that makes the whole, like, you know what I mean? Birds flying down and chilling and shit. It's kind of like, yeah, that was cool. It was a time of my life. But it was not worth it, man. I'm glad that wasn't me. I've got my own injuries from those experiences, but, like, I'm happy to be alive. I think I was stupid to subject myself to the possibilities of what that could have been because it would have kind of felt for nothing, man. But, like, you know, that's one side of it. That's the depressive side. The other side of it is that it wasn't for nothing. Like that fool like lives in my chest, man. Like I remember that fool probably every week at least, man. Like
Yeah.
Like I lead JJ and remember like just like the cool way that he led and try to emulate some of that sometimes, man. When I'm teaching him something, you know. What I mean? And,
You got injuries too? You got shot?
yeah, I got blown up, man. I got blown up and broke my neck.
Step on
You
the
know what I
bomb
mean?
thing?
No, I was in a truck. I was in a truck and hit my head on the
Hit you with
cupola
a
and
missile?
snapped my neck. No, it was an IED.
The
That was-
shit,
yeah.
shit you drive over? Mm-hmm. Dang.
One day, dude, I got
Can't
blown
even
up
see
2
that.
times in an hour. I got blown up 3 times in a day. It was the second IED I broke
Boy,
my
the
neck.
boy trying to get you, dog.
Dude, it was bad luck, man. And then at the end of it, the fucked up thing was when we took over the battlefield finally, it was like the next morning, we finally like, you know what I mean, got fire superiority over the enemy. We had like 2 QRFs come out. We had the birds on station. The battalion commander's with us, so they thought that he got blown up because his zap number and mine are almost the same.
Yeah.
I was what was my zap number? It was whatever Papa, because Pires, his last name was Perry, so it was whatever Papa. So they were like, "This the battalion commander's been blown up." They're like, they're flying fucking air over station. They're not having that, right? And you know what I mean. So like, I got blown up the first time. I was a passenger. Went to the next Vic. I was the gunner. Got blown up. Hit the head in the cupola. Friggin' got blown up the third time rolling out in the morning, and then they freaking and then my gunner, they had no place to put me. He puts me in the 7-ton. The 7-ton's the fucking protected vehicle in the middle of this freaking IED field. I just got blown up 3 times. I'm the bad luck. He puts me in the unprotected vehicle in the back, dude, and I'm just like, we get blown up in this, what happens? And my freaking squad leader was Corporal Gilliam. He was like, you're fucked. And he was like, I can't believe you put me in here with you. And then he's like talking shit. And I can't feel my fingers and my hands. You know what I mean? And we had to go do an exam. And it was just like, at that particular point, the most fucked up thing, dude, I hadn't shot a round. I hadn't fucking got a lick. We were out patrolling and no contact had happened yet, man. That was my first exposure. We was just getting blown up a bunch of times in the middle of this random ass field, man.
But I'll be honest, man. Like we've had a few veterans on here, and like I've talked to a lot of veterans outside of here, the podcast, but to hear you, because I've asked that question, like, did you feel like it was worth it, you know? And a lot of people dodge that question and articulately, you know, like Danny Cruz, like he's like, I left with my guys, I came back with my guys, and I feel like a lot of military guys don't want to like, I don't want to say face, but like come to terms with whether or not what you did was justified or worth it, or you know what I'm saying? And like just hearing you say what you said of like feeling when your homie was flying away and was like, these dudes are in mud huts and like we're putting in our 4 or our 8 years or whatever, you know, we're putting in our tour and then we're going home, you know, and like these people weren't fucking like they ain't got planes, they ain't got.
We talk about that a lot in the back of trucks too, man. Like if these fools were in our backyards, man, patrolling our shit for whatever agenda they have going on. I mean, the kids were out there throwing like rocks at our trucks and shit, and like, you know what I mean? They hated us, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what like,
right? And like, I'm not a bad guy, but like, you are supposed to hate me, aren't you? Yeah. Isn't it? Like, right? Like,
right.
We're out here killing you over this shit. Like, they were different, man. They were just, it was a, you know, and I had homies growing up that were Afghan, and they were some of my dearest friends, and they were explaining to me like, but where you went was like the hillbillies, man. Like, don't judge all of Afghanistan off of like Zamindawar and, you know, the Musa Kayla. Like, that's not where I came from. You know what I mean?
So
like,
the dude that was on
I understood
Rogan,
that. They were interesting, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's
What's his
just
name?
it's a big country.
I think it was the dude that they made the movie that Mark Wahlberg played in, Lone Survivor. I think it was that dude. I can't call his name, but he and Rogan asked him like about like killing people over there and shit, and he's like, you know, it's not something that I like boast and brag about. It's just something that had to happen. And when I say that a lot, when he says that, a lot of people like get like, oh no, you know, hippies, fucking people who are like, oh, you shouldn't be over there at war. He's like, no, here's what they don't understand. You could probably relate to this way more. There are people in this world that you cannot reason with. You're not going to change their minds. They want you dead. And they mean that shit. Like, they want you dead. And when it's the choice of you or somebody who doesn't mind dying, I mean, what's your option? If that dude would have came out that room that night, I would shoot him in the face. Or
Yeah,
wherever I could.
For the right reasons.
For the right reason, because it was like
and you were there because you had to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like I think I joined the military, man, seeking some sense of glory. Seeking some sense of proving my value and worth through like combat or some shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Was your plan to go to combat?
Oh, I was going in there to kill Taliban.
Because you know there's people that go into the army to
100%.
be like, yo, I just need free education.
No, I was going there to kill Taliban, man. 9/11 pissed me off. I was a freshman.
Station right now.
Nah.
Nah, I was a freshman too. Like, I probably felt the same way you felt when that
I was
shit
scared,
happened.
dude. I was like, what the fuck? I remember when President Bush came on and gave like a whole brief on like who the Taliban is, what we got to go over there and do, like why they hate America. Like we got like a whole mission brief. Like that was like, I was a freshman in high school. Me and my homie went to the army recruiter and tried to enlist, and we were too young, but that's what I was gonna do.
I met a recruiter in the mall one time. Me and my man Nico was walking through the mall one night, dude.
Nico?
Oh yeah,
Tweak
Neek.
I seen
Me,
him the other day.
me and Nico was walking through the mall, dude, and this dude just walks up to the short guy, and he's just like, "Hey man," and we was probably 15, 16 years old at the time. Whenever you can drive,
Yeah.
we're in the mall, and this dude walks up, and he was a recruiter, and he was like, "You ever thought about serving your country?" I was like, no.
He didn't feel the call to duty
No,
and shit.
this dude got mad offended. He quit fucking with me. He started fucking with Danico.
Fuck you, little bitch.
But Danico's a big dude. But like this dude was mad short, and he got like little man syndrome on us real quick. He's like, "Motherfucker, you afraid? You afraid? When I walk down the street, people want to shake my hand and thank me for my service." I was like, "Oh. Cause we just came here to go to the CD store. Like,
we just trying to grab a new TI,
We ain't
bro.
trying to run over to
That
Iraq.
was a
real
motivated
quick.
recruiter.
Yeah.
This dude was like, I don't know what his intentions. His obvious intentions were to get us to join the army, but he got like hyped, dude.
Damn.
And Tanika, Tweak Nate, he was like,
He's like, what the fuck wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? I was like, man, we just trying to go. I don't know what CD was there to get. We just gonna grab this CD real quick. We out, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I don't know, man. I guess because I'm like learned, like I've read a lot. Like I feel like people, going to Afghanistan, like this is 300 years after the Europeans came to America and fucked up the Indians, right? But it's the same shit. That's how I would feel. Like going over there and being like, y'all are essentially the Native Americans. You don't fuck with us, and we're trying to impose our way of life on you, our way of thinking on you, and you're not having it.
I don't think it was like that though.
I'll be honest,
not
I
like
don't even know what the mission was in Afghanistan, honestly. Like, truthfully.
oil. I mean, if you want me to be real.
In Afghanistan, I think it was just eliminating the Taliban, who was an organization that was trying to raise funds.
Well,
to kill
for sure. Like we
hope.
had.
I mean, did y'all have orders to like protect locals?
Oh, I mean, our rules of engagement were gnarly.
Well,
Gnarly. 2012, veterans should go in the links and
the
talk
Taliban
shit right now.
attacked us, and then with 9/11, and we searched for weapons of mass destruction, right?
Oh, in Iraq?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's what got us into the war. Like, it was retaliation for 9/11, but the way Bush got everyone to sign off on it was that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction, and then we started this whole war on terror.
So yeah, maybe the notion was that, like, you know what I mean, if an organization like the Taliban or like the enemies of America wanted to do something domestic, their route to do that was going to be through Iraq, who had weapons of mass destruction, who were going to supply that to the bad guys. If you got rid of those fools, maybe I'm not Reddit on that, like, you know what I mean. But
well,
how many years did you serve?
8.
Yeah.
8.
But Saddam Hussein.
But we weren't shooting nobody until they shot us first, and there were some crazy rules.
How many?
There's rules of engagement.
2.
For sure.
Afghanistan, I did 12 TAC 1, 12 TAC 2. You get 2 deployments, and then I did 2 Marine Expeditionary Units and a UDP. I did 5 deployments.
Well, the war in Iraq too is, I'm obviously a civilian talking from what I've heard, but it's like totally different than any other war, essentially, because up until this point, so like America, Europeans, whatever, the Americans invented guerrilla warfare, right? Where it's like we're not dressing up.
Did we?
Yeah. That's how we won the American Revolution. We didn't invent it, but there was like
I don't know about that.
no, but up until the American Revolution, like everyone kind of like you dress like this.
It was
Conventional warfare.
There was conventional
online.
warfare,
more rigid.
but
Draw a
once,
sword.
yeah.
Young
But
guy.
once it got up to the American Revolution, it would be like me and you in a fucking black T-shirt and a ski mask standing outside in the fucking like that wasn't how wars were fought. Like all of us wore the same shit, and like Afghanistan is kind of one of those places where they took what that was and like really fucking perfected it where you don't know
You
if
don't think Vietnam was like that?
Vietnam definitely was.
Vietnam was, but I'm saying like Afghanistan is like these motherfuckers. This dude's dressed exactly like this dude, but that dude is Taliban. That dude is Martin from Three Doors Down that fucking loves his kids and fucking makes bread and sells it on the side. But this dude is a bad guy. He's gonna fucking kill you. You know what I'm saying? And I have a gun. I have to tell the difference. The kids, like that's a couple of my homies. Like that's their biggest PTSD was there was a time you could speak on this more than me, but there was a time when like if you were driving a Humvee through a town, you had orders not to stop. You cannot go below 35 miles per hour, 40 miles per hour, whatever I don't know the exact shit, but a little kid, they'll put a little kid in front of the fucking Humvee where it's coming and sitting there with a fucking popsicle waiting on you to come through so that you would stop so they could blow you up with IEDs or blow your shit up, shoot you up.
Just ambush you, yeah.
Just ambush you. And he had to run over a kid. You know what I'm saying? And like that's the shit that fucks him up the most is like that kid ain't have shit to do with this war.
That's fucked up.
You know?
I'm not trying to laugh.
Right, but he didn't
up.
have shit to do with the war. He doesn't know what's going on or nothing. Somebody put him in front of our Humvee because they knew we would stop because it's a kid and they could fuck us up, but we couldn't. We weren't allowed to. Our orders were this Humvee does not drop below 35 miles per hour when we go through the city. Like, period.
Can we
Crazy shit.
Can we switch?
Yeah. I mean, you on the fight.
I was gonna say some dark gangster West Coast shit, like kids die playing in the street every day on the West Coast. Man. Like
Kids die every day,
I don't
B.
give a fuck. You know what I mean? But like,
I know who he's talking about, and he's told. I've heard the story, and it's just like it's one of those things where you're just like, that's like
collateral, man.
Listen,
hey, the fallout of war is exponential.
I
man.
have heard.
For
I read
sure.
a poem in college. We had to do like a thing on this.
You read a poem?
Well, we was assigned, and it was about.
I wrote a poem.
It was about the glory in dying at war, and they were like the poet was like, it's said to be this glorious thing, like you die with honor and you die with this. He was like, but when you're there, you don't see it that way. Have you ever seen somebody die? That like the poet is like, but they're poetic about it, and they're like. It's easy for you to be like, oh, you see the ceremony that happens when one of our veterans die. You ever seen a veteran die? You ever seen mustard gas? What it does to somebody? Like it'll fuck you up. There's no glory in that shit. That's just me reading a college thing.
The poet.
This is the real one over here. But I'm just saying, like people.
He already said that when the dude flew away on his hero flight.
Like, it's super duper real.
Oh, I'm supposed to like. Break out the fucking trumpet and be like,
we gonna play
"This
taps
is
right
awesome."
now.
Well, you know it's crazy. Well, it's just like let me expand on that because I know people are watching and like but like let me expand on that though because there's yin and yang to everything in life, isn't it, man? Like so that happened, dude, and I was also from the state of mind of like there's still 4 more months left on this deployment, and we're still gonna go have to friggin' not let that be any more people like. It got real. It was like, all right, bet, cool. Fools are dying out here. All right, awesome. Tight. No, we're done with that. We weren't. But like when we come home, a couple like weeks later, like maybe like a week later, right before you go on leave, back on Camp Pendleton, and it's dope, dog. Like it's dope, fool. Like they, you come home on a bus, and the Freedom Riders are out there, man. Just a bunch of old veterans on Harleys and shit with their beards and crap and the American flag and shit. 100 deep.
Shouts out Smiley. What was the dude's
Oh,
name?
Yeah,
dude.
Smiley.
He was on the pod. He's a part of that.
Yeah, okay, bet. They're gangsters. They make you feel fucking good, dude. You come landing in on a C-130 down the strip, dude. You land on the airport, dude, at the March Air Force Base, and they're there. They're there, man. You hop on the buses, dude. And they roll you down the freeway, dude. They roll you into the gate to your families at the parade deck, waiting to, you know what I mean? You come home, and then you do your Warriors Memorial. This hour funeral for the people we lost. You know what I mean? And I'd never done one. It's a formation, and you're standing there, and they've got the rifle, the helmet, and the boot, the Warriors cross. For each one of the fallen and their picture there, their families in a tent. They have a fucking funeral service, and all the Marines that came back home in their service, Charlies, you know what I mean? In formation, standing there, and we stood there, and at the very end, dog, man, that's it, man. At the very end,
Yeah, let's go.
Where's the Terramana at?
Right here, brother.
At the very end, dude, they do a fucking roll call.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they do a roll call, dude, for everybody, man. They'll go, you know, the sergeant major will come. Sergeant major will come up, and he'll go, report. First platoon, all present. Second platoon, all present. Third platoon, all present. Weapon platoon, all present. Everybody's all present. Or some missing, or X amount missing,
Yeah.
right? They'll call names. They'll call names. Lance Corporal Jeremy Pires, present. Lance Corporal Jeremy Rockhill, present. Sergeant Wade D. Wilson.
Silence.
Call your name 3 times out loud,
Deafening
G.
silence. That's.
They call your name out loud 3 times,
Can
G.
we drink? Can we drink the Wade
And then
Wilson?
That's
they
wild shit.
They ring the gong. Dong.
Yeah, that's heavy, dude.
Because if they ain't.
And then they go to the next one. They go by rank. Sergeant, Corporal, Lance Corporal, PFC, all. They go through them all in front of their families. The whole thing. And then the sergeant major says, honor the dead. Walks off. So, to the fallen.
To the fallen.
Oh, that's some cold shit.
Gave me
My
chills.
brothers, man.
These motherfuckers been trying to get me to cry on this podcast
Hey.
for years, bro.
Hey,
That almost
got you, right?
That almost got me.
Damn.
That's cold
Hey,
blooded.
to the veterans, man.
Sorry you had to go through that, man.
But
I appreciate
But
it.
I know you fighting now too, so we'll segue because we, you know, shout
beat
out,
that
shout
into the
out to
fucking ground. Hey,
Well, no, it's good.
But it's
good.
it's good
It's
shit,
good that
man.
you're able to talk about it because
Yeah,
know
no.
probably 1,000 times more people than we know with that.
You see how beautiful the Marine Corps is, though?
can't.
You know what I mean? You see how
I
beautiful
was
the
just
Marine Corps is,
about,
though?
but I was just about to say that we've had,
It's a beautiful organization, man.
but
Full of
then
motherfuckers,
you're
man.
like our fourth or fifth veteran that we've had on, and each story is like different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, different
And
perspectives,
I'm-
different people, different walks of life.
absolutely.
They bring
And
us all
I mean,
together for a common thing, because we're fucking Americans, man. That's why we're
Yeah,
together.
yeah, and that's what I love.
There you go.
Give me some, dude. That's deep
Yeah.
shit, dude.
Yeah, but that's what I love about veterans, because the veterans we've had on have been super diverse. Like Danny is Venezuelan, right? Colombian. He's Colombian. You know, you got your Samoan, West Coast. You know, you got your roots. Gene is straight up South Carolinian, fucking like you said, dude with a beard. RJ's from South Carolina. Like, so we've had.
Shout out RJ.
Yeah, but we've just had like the gamut of veterans, like coming from different backgrounds. You know, like you coming from the West Coast, I'm sure you grew up like us. Like we're like in the hip hop scene, and like we grew up like. So like whenever I hate when they try to mix politics with military. You know, like I don't like that too much.
I think they're pretty close.
They are, but well,
Like,
because
what do you mean? Like, to what extent?
to what extent, for the instance of like we grew up liberal, right? Like
We did.
yeah, if you think about how we were growing up, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
coming up, like we like,
Most young people are just in general.
Most
though.
young
That's
people
a young
are.
people thing. You know what I mean?
you know, when you were younger, you didn't think about your 401k. You didn't think about fucking
Yeah, that's how to do with
Social Security.
no. No, like you had your homies, you had you like forward music, you were like fuck the police, you were
No,
like this, like
no.
all those are
Still,
liberal.
sometimes.
But yeah, but all
I love
those
the
are
police.
like
I do.
until you have shit to lose. Then you're like,
So-
hey, police, appreciate you, guys.
well, me, I just was talking about
Until they're
less.
not feeling
I
you.
was just talking about less laws, right?
Yeah.
I was talking about not having
that's-
laws.
that's
That's
pretty
not
liberal.
Republican.
Nah.
It's not even liberal. That's libertarian. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like I'm somebody who believes like less laws, less government, which I guess would be a more conservative approach. Like, you know, the left wants big government to
Sounds
be
more-
involved in
sounds more
everything.
progressive.
But either way, like, you know, like you grow up this type of way, you know, more liberal, but it's like the military. We need the military. Is all I'm trying to get at. It's like,
Without question.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be who we are without them.
but they try to
Hey,
mix.
There's no
listen,
question that the
is the truth,
American
though.
military
look,
is
that's
the
not
best in the
corny.
world.
What
That's
I'm
not
saying-
corny. That's not. Everybody needs
Yeah.
to really. If people can
And that's
understand that better.
what I was trying
It's
to-
hard power. It's
Yeah.
the hardest power.
Yeah. And what I was trying to say is like when they mix like politics with military is like because we've had 5 military dudes on here that are so diverse from different backgrounds, but like you said, they all came together for a common cause, which is America, which is not, it's nonpartisan. You know what I'm saying? It's my people. Like you have people like could be like, I'm Republican, I'm Democrat, I'm this, I'm that. Doesn't fucking matter. In the military, everybody's just like, none of that shit matters. It's just like our people matter. Our who's
Yeah.
beside
It's
me
been
matter.
said by the,
Just like me and you.
And we're down to die for each other. You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
been
That's
said
That's the population
by,
of
what's the
Americans that are
That's
down
it.
to die for this shit.
That's what
who
I'm
they are.
saying.
Those are them. The
And
people
like
in
we
service
get
are them.
caught up in like these politics of like, oh well, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. But like
At the
that's
end of
what
the day,
I
just
love.
respect them for that. They're
That's
the ones
what
of your
I-
nation
yeah.
that are down to die for this
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I love about the military is
That's
like
it. They're doing it.
they forget like you're black, you're white, you're gay, you're a little feminine, you're a little masculine,
the
you're
first time I
you're
saw-
ugly, you're
Hey,
tall, you're short. Like they
From
just
the West
like,
Coast, dog, the first time I ever saw a Confederate flag was on Camp Pendleton, California, on the West Coast in California,
Really? That's
on the
good.
Marine Corps base in somebody's barracks room from some dude from somewhere. You know what I mean? And like held it up there proudly in like a totally different walk of life than me.
Yeah.
That individual is my dog.
yeah.
Because that dude will definitely die for me. Would shed mad tears if I was on the hero flight.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just probably would like die to make sure that I'm not.
what's his name?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's out there, man. You know what I mean?
What's
And
his
he's
name,
out
dude?
there, man. He's a good Marine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm not gonna put him out there for having a Confederate flag.
I just wanna shout him out.
Some
That's
time,
what it sounds
at
like
some
my-
time far long ago. He
Yeah,
probably doesn't feel that way
yeah,
no more. I
yeah.
wouldn't
Oh,
put him out there for that.
we ain't offended
But-
by the Confederate flag,
Yeah,
though. We fucking
nah.
shout that shit
We
out.
in South
I'm
Carolina.
not either. Yeah,
Nah,
you had
nah,
your
nah.
viewpoint. It is what it was, and how you saw it.
No,
how you saw
don't-
it.
I-
But that
I-
fool loved me though. He's American. Hey, it's funny though, because that flag is not actually the American flag, right? Isn't it? Like but that fool was down for America as much as anybody else is.
I wasn't
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
embarrass you, man. I was just trying to say, like, it's cool that you seen that Confederate flag and what it should mean to our popular culture, or like the stigma that comes with it. That you seen it as like, nah, bro, that shit, that's cool. That's cool with me.
He had his
I'm cool with you,
he
you
had
cool
his
with me.
viewpoint on it. He
But
had his
you
viewpoint
weren't-
on it. He was
but you-
expressing it. He was expressing it in a way
But
that
he
like,
wasn't
he
a-
expressed it his way.
But he wasn't
Yeah.
expressing it on some fucking like tribal. Oh,
He clearly didn't hate me, wasn't it? You know what I mean? He
Right.
clearly
it's
didn't hate
probably
me.
the best way
right,
to say
right.
it.
He
And
clearly
you didn't hate him
me.
either.
I didn't.
Dude, we ain't
Well,
gotta say-
that's
we'll
I
talk-
didn't agree with him.
We'll talk after
I
the
don't.
pod.
I didn't
No.
necessarily like it when I saw it.
No.
You know, right?
And you don't have to.
And I don't have to.
You
fam.
don't have to.
That's not
That's
my. That's
my
not
whole,
mine. Right.
That's my whole point.
People get-
is
people
like,
get
you don't-
self-righteous.
Yeah, they get so fucking tribal and so fucking offended. It's like at the end of the day, like we could sit here and argue over like, oh, we just got chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A and like I'm gonna put 4 packs of mayonnaise on it, and you're like, nah, I'm putting Polynesian on it. I'm putting Chick-fil-A sauce on it. And we can argue, be like, yo, that shit's way better with this and that. You've had people be like, just taste this, like it's so good, it's so good, it's so good, just taste it. And you hate those people. But the motherfucker that doesn't like you order your shit, I order my shit. Like we could be cool. Like I think that's what it mainly is. Is like
I just brought this up on the way
like
here.
don't force the shit on me.
Well, like
you know
in
what I'm
like
saying?
in like normal culture, you know what I mean? Like civilians might be listening to that and be like, "Hey, dog, like," but like slavery was at stake, and this was at stake, and that was at stake for that particular thing. The Marine Corps and the military wiped that slate clean day one.
Yeah.
That dog, you're not bring. That's not here.
We're done with that.
We're super. All we're.
Done.
Hey, if you
We
if you have a
are
Confederate flag
American.
in your room and that's where you're from and how you are, you're gonna have to figure out how to accept that shit. We're gonna go to war.
Yeah,
We're gonna
you
fight.
lost.
That fool's gonna bleed and die next to you. You know what I mean? They're there. You know what I mean? We're here. We're us. Like you know, you have to like
America.
Yeah.
America, man.
Fucking
So
America.
you know, we
Fuck
wiped the slate
yeah.
clean and like we could get on an even playing field. And I was more open to understand that fool.
Yeah.
In
I
that
think that's my
setting
favorite
than
thing
I was
about
anywhere
military
else.
people.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite thing is like
This has been a great
And that was
podcast.
positive. That was positive.
Alright,
This has been a great podcast.
Some people might be like,
But
this fool's an Uncle Tom, but like, nah, like you just
when
we
are
just,
you
we
fighting
found
again?
common ground.
When are you fighting again?
we got-
August 30th.
we got to
August
talk about-
30th.
Who you fighting?
All right.
August
Who
30th.
you fighting?
August 30th.
I'm so this awesome promotion, man. I'm actually 0-2 in the promotion, dude. It's like the next level. You know what I
Doesn't
mean?
matter.
Like, but yeah, no, I've had some good fights. Ascend, they're gangsters, man. They've got world champion Anna Toole fighting in July. You know, they've got another world champion. This is going to be a crazy card in July Ascend, but they're doing a promotion, an international promotion in the Dominican Republic, August 30th, man. And I'm representing Team USA.
I gotta go to the DR.
I'm representing USA.
gotta
You
go
can
to-
watch it. You can stream it.
We'll stream
You
it.
can stream
We'll
it.
stream- we might
You can
stream it
right
live.
here.
Yeah,
But
I'm
my-
trying to go. I'm trying to
This
go
has
to
been
DR.
really
You see the
distracting too,
DR?
by the way. Your TV screen is awesome.
Jeff,
Lit for the
Yeah.
last like 20 minutes. It's been lit.
Jeffrey's a
No,
fool.
but my son,
Really not
like,
talking about death and shit.
my son's project.
He's trying to lighten the mood.
My son's a senior. His project this week,
Girls in bikinis.
he
walking
has to
around
bring
with
in a
these
drink
guys.
from the Dominican Republic. Like he has to do a cultural make a it's either a food or a drink. He chose a drink.
Okay.
So he's doing some kind of like rice and coconut drink, like, because I guess in the DR they do like
Rice and coconut.
Yes. Some indigenous.
yeah, but it's
From
a
the
drink,
land
so
as
they
drink.
probably blend up the rice, you know. I'm down to come to the DR.
You want to come out? I'm trying to get a villa and like have like a whole thing. Danielle might come. JJ might come. Might be a family affair. Man, that'd be awesome. You know what I mean?
Bubba coming?
I invite anybody that wants
Bubba's
to come
not
out to have a excursion.
No, but it's not.
I'm trying to do
Come on, we
Wednesday
gotta
to
go
Wednesday.
to the DR.
I'm starting to ramp up the training real seriously for that. I have some time. August. Usually the fight camp's 12 weeks.
Yo, segue.
But we're
Straight
gonna-
up, growing up, I had a dude live next to me, Jorge, that was from his whole family from the Dominican Republic. Like
Are we talking about the same person? I called him George.
Orre.
George, you probably George. George,
What was his sister's name?
the little glasses.
What was his sister's name?
Oh, I don't remember her sister's name. George was a fucked up dude though. He showed us how to put a condom on with a broomstick. Like, and he used to fuck the dude, he used to take the slow
It's a
girl
little
to the
thin.
no, it was weird, bro. He used to take there was a slow girl that was in and she walked on her tippy toes and shit. Middle school, he used to take her and fuck her in the woods before school. Slow girl. But he was kind of slow too, so we was like, what are you supposed to do? Like, you can't tell nobody if two slow people fucking each other. That shit kind of fast, you know what I'm saying? Like, two slows don't make it right.
Hey, watching Human Nature at
Either
every
way.
evolutionary level right there.
I don't know, man. Shit was
Man put
weird.
his whole full
But
name out.
I'll
there,
tell you,
bro.
Yo, Ray. See, I was
Yeah.
careful not to do that to
Yeah.
my boy with the Confederate flag.
because now that
You
I'm
know
looking,
you were over there on the third deck over there.
well, because
Mateo,
now that
motherfucker.
I'm looking back, he's kind of a fucked up dude. So like, yeah, find him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he fucking the slow girl. Either way, this motherfucker Jorge was from the Dominican Republic, and he used to be like, dude, he was 11 years old, could work a fucking charcoal grill. This motherfucker grill us up. He called it Mighty Cone Chicken. And I didn't know what Mighty Cone Chicken was until I was fucking older. Like, I started working, and I was around some Latinos, and motherfuckers was like,
Was that motherfucking chicken?
nah, gay chicken. Mighty Cone means gay in Spanish.
Gotcha, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So either way, like they sacrifice lambs and shit in their backyard. Like that's
We are
Dominican
talking about the
culture.
same person.
Yeah,
Yo,
That
lives-
tipped it off.
We're
he
talking about
lives
the same
next to
person.
me.
I know him.
In Camelot.
yeah.
We were walking
Yeah.
by their house one
Day I
time.
come home and he's
He
like,
was
"Bah."
he was executing a goat.
Yeah.
In Goose Creek?
Yes.
And Goose Creek. I
We
swear
were,
to God,
me
they
and
were
my homie
Dominican, bro.
We were
I
walking by
come.
their house one day, and it was like a celebratory thing. They set the goat free. He jumped on the goat and killed the fucking goat.
Yeah,
I ain't, dude.
I'm telling you, for
That's what it sounded
two
like too. I ain't.
for 2 weeks
It
leading
was-
up,
I ain't never
two-
heard of
two-
some shit like that.
2
the
weeks
sounds,
leading up to
man.
that shit, bro. I heard the,
Oh man.
and yeah, they sacrificed that shit.
They
but-
ate it, dude. They eat that shit.
Yeah, then they cook it up and eat it.
Them boys is wild.
Yeah, but hey, it's cultural. Dominicans
Jeremy,
though.
what's your ethnicity?
I'm human being, planet Earth, man.
Let's
You know what
go.
I mean? No, I'm very culturally diverse, man. My dad, everybody says, your last name is who you are, kind of like, you know what I mean, in terms of like what your background is. My last name's Pires, man. That's Cape Verdean.
Fuck that shit.
My
I
dad's
think
from
your
Cabo
first name is
Verde.
who you are.
Jeremy, right?
That's what
Yeah,
I've always
nah.
said. What's
But-
Jeremy mean?
I think it comes from Jeremiah, right?
Was it you're a
Probably
bullfrog?
just means.
Who the fuck thinks of that shit?
Oh no.
Nah, man, but yeah, I'm black, white, everything, man. I mean, what am I not? I'm not Hispanic.
You're not.
I'm not Hispanic. I don't have any
Me
Hispanic
neither.
in me, man.
But I fucks with the Hispanics. Like they're
What
my
am I
people,
not?
bro. It's crazy. Like where I started working, like everybody's been getting mad because all the Latinos, all the amigos fuck with me. You know, like I be out there eating lunch with them. We be cooking tortas on the motherfucking griddle and shit. I swear to God, dog. Like one of my homies, his name is Gordas. Which Gordas. But he be making the
was
tortas.
off the chain,
I already got
dog.
it.
That dude was off the chain.
Dog, I'm telling you, I already got it planned out. Like I don't even want to say it on a pod, but I already got it planned out that I'm gonna fund him to start his own food truck called Gordas Tortas. You know what I'm saying? Like he makes little Mexican sandwiches. His name's Gordas. And they
Gordas
say the
Tortas.
shit backwards. They say tortas a la gordas, but I'm like, trust me, we gotta American.
You gotta American that tortas gordas.
Yeah, Gordas.
No
tortas.
Hispanics are showing up, but like, fuck it.
Yeah, we gotta get the
Gringos
fucking,
only.
we gotta get Elizabeth to come through. You know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
But I go by the first name because you know what Michael means. It's like who is like God's right hand man, fucking Ishmael, the fucking archangel.
Jeffrey, can you
next
look up
to-
what my first name
Yeah,
is?
Anthony.
I think no first name. I think it means a surprise.
Oh, Salvatore. It's a surprise. A Cersei.
I think it's. I think.
You got like that Italian thing too, huh? You're Italian, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can tell.
he's Italian. It's
I can
fucking,
tell.
he's over there. I'm over here. He talk
Italian,
with
Italian, Puerto Rican.
Yeah, okay.
All right, before we kick off though, like Muay Thai,
Yeah.
you fuck with it. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's your thing. Like
Shouts out to Perry, dude. Boxing. What, Perry
yeah,
Rodriguez,
yeah.
right?
Perry's dope.
He was into
Perry
that shit. Perry was
Rodriguez.
really dope.
He's in the boxing shit though.
But he was Muay Thai as well. He
Yeah,
trained
he fucks with Muay Thai.
He came up Muay
Yeah,
Thai.
yeah,
started
yeah.
boxing.
He
You're
did.
talking about Rodriguez, the
Yeah.
boxing gym?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have
Yeah.
Roberto Armas is a bare knuckle fighter that fights out of there, man. He's
They
amazing.
fight bare
Yeah.
knuckle out of there.
No,
Well, he's training boxing, you know what I mean, to be good at bare knuckle.
but Perry's our homie. He came on the pod.
Yeah,
like
Perry-
Perry's
cool.
super
Shout out
dope.
to Perry. Perry.
He's
Super
a
dope.
friend of the gym, man. They're boxing.
Yeah.
You know,
We need to get him back
boxing
on.
is I think I got JJ, you know what I mean, and he's wrestling right now. We'll get to Muay Thai, but like, if you really wanted to like be a formidable human being, you need well, obviously a mindset, but you need boxing and you need wrestling. I think the footwork complements each other really well. Or you could do Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu because the kicking might leave you susceptible to be taken down. So then you're on your back and you're working some gangster shit. You know what I mean? You're back up on your feet. You're whooping some ass some more. I think Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu mesh really well. Or boxing and wrestling. And like at the end of the day, what I'm learning now in the game as I'm coming up is yeah, man. Like, and it's kind of why I'm disappointed in myself a little bit. It's just that like there's an element of like violence. There's an element of like hurt you to the game. You know, obviously you're here to hurt this fool 100%. I think boxing and wrestling are the pressures required to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu are more finesse,
It's
technique,
sport.
technical. Yeah. And I got caught up in that technical shit. But I didn't join this shit to do all this. I joined here to hurt you. And so, you know, embracing that a little bit more is what I'm really excited for August.
How long,
like that.
how long you been in the game?
2 years.
Yeah.
6 fights?
6 fights, 2
1
years.
on 7?
Yep.
Well, I don't think you joined it to hurt you. I think you're gonna have to get a little bit of it in you, but
No, that's what fighting is, though. I'm saying, like if you're
it is, but
the goal, you have to hurt that person to knock them out. If I want to knock somebody out, I gotta hurt you. I gotta break you down, hurt you, beat you up. Maybe I'm surprised in the process if I knock you out for doing that. But the ultimate goal is every shot should hurt you.
Yeah.
Maybe when I hurt you and you go to sleep, I'm like, oh, it's done.
Yeah. But
Right?
I think
You know what I mean? But like you're hurting that fool.
But I think you're a competitive person in the sense of like you like the art of shit.
No, I want to hurt. No.
You want to hurt people?
No. Yeah. I do.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
I like it then. Fuck it.
No,
Fuck
because
it.
here's the thing.
Nah.
Here's what I'm doing.
No,
These
we
are
ain't
archives.
painting
I looked
pictures.
at it like this.
But
We
I
ain't
think
painting pictures. We trying to hurt him, motherfucker.
yeah, but I just feel like you're the type of dude like me. Like, yeah, you can lock in and be like, I want to hurt somebody, but it's like you're thinking about the way you want to hurt somebody. You want it to like, you don't do anything to not like.
I think you're overthinking this.
No, but you're the same way.
He wants to win.
For sure, all of us want to win, but do you want to win like just win, or do you want to like?
I don't want you to forfeit.
I'm
Well,
talking about
hey,
this.
I'm
This is all
already,
I'm talking
already
about.
figuring out the wins and losses are like, yeah, of course
Yeah.
you want to win.
But
Nobody's
I-
fighting to lose, but like,
Yeah.
but
But you don't want to be lucky and win. Is all I'm saying. It's like
Okay.
you want to
Yeah,
win
that
because
You
this
outsmarted
you
them,
you were technical. You were a step ahead. You were this, and some motherfuckers.
those are all the things that it might take to win.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not even in there. Look, it's yeah, man, nah, dude. I
Okay,
feel
so
what you're
think
saying.
about your losses. Like some dumb motherfucker that you know you're better than beat you because that's how I look at it. Is like the times that I lost was somebody like I should never lose. That's how I feel in anything. Not fighting per se, but just in anything. Like if we're going head to head on some shit that takes skill, I should win. Right? But it's because I've thought about the way to win. I've calculated it.
What I
but
think you're trying to
somebody
say
that
is this, dude.
couldn't, right? Somebody that hasn't calculated at all, hasn't thought about it at all. They could come in and just knock you square the fuck out or beat you, but it's because they didn't care about like how it looked or how smart it was or how tactical or how strategical it was. All they cared about was knocking you the fuck out. And people like us are like, we're thinking about a million fucking things of how we could do this, how we could do that.
Okay, so what I think you're trying to say is,
and maybe I'm wrong.
if the four of us are all equally talented at throwing a jab,
yeah,
all equally talented at throwing a hook, all equally talented at physical things, right? Every one of us can throw a kick, punch, whatever. Cool, that's great. What you want to see is, okay, we're all equally talented in that, but you're not here. If that's the level playing field, what makes you better?
At some level,
This.
everybody has all the technique.
And if we're all
At some level,
if we're all
eventually.
equally technical, like we all have the same technique, cool, good.
Principally, at
Everybody's
least.
good. Then it comes down to this.
yeah.
And that's what I think would drive me in that sport.
I'm in it for something different. Some people might be in it for that. Mine's a whole different thing. You know what I mean?
just
That's
wanna
what I
hurt?
would say. Well, I mean, it's not like some.
I mean, I'm
perverted,
cool
like,
with that.
I'm some monster.
I think it's cool.
No, it's more like this. It's more like this, right? Like, hey, dude, I want to make sure that if push comes to shove, for real, because I put myself out there like the guy that got your back. If you're with me, you're my homie. Something happens, then I'm gonna steal the show. We're gonna talk about this for years. I'm gonna knock everybody out. It's gonna be great. You're safe with me. You know what I mean? If my girl's ass gets slapped in front of me, like happened to Danielle got spat on in D.C. And I fucked that fool up, man. You know what I mean? Some homeless dude. He spat on her, though, and it is what it is. And I had the ability to whoop that fool's ass, and I did. But what if that was a fighting-ass motherfucker? What if that was Daniel motherfucking Cormier?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? John motherfucking Jones. Nobody could beat up John Jones. He's nobody. No human being could beat him up. I promise. Yeah. But somebody, you know what I mean, that knows how to Malachi. Somebody knows how to Jeff Grady. Somebody knows how to fucking fight. What if that fool was disrespecting me and mine? And I'm saying that I'm the guy that's going to stop that. But I'm not, though, actually. That's what I had to deal with some years ago. I got divorced. Ooh. I'm going through life and trying to figure out who I am, what I'm about, what it is, what it isn't. I had some emotions. I was fucked up. And I didn't know who I was. And it was like, one thing I do know is I'm a fighter. But you don't fight, though. Stop acting like you're a fucking fighter. Stop acting like you got everybody's back. Stop acting like you're fucking hard. You're actually not hard. Go fight hard dudes, and then maybe you're hard. Then maybe you're the guy. And then when I started doing that, I was like, all right, yeah, I actually really want to be the guy. I think I can. I think that I could be the most formidable man in the room, but I'm not yet. There's guys that beat my ass in my own gym right now. 100%. Bad sometimes. You know what I mean? And sometimes I shine. Sometimes I shine. But ultimately, that's what I started for. And as I've been fighting, now I feel like this. I feel like, man, dude, you know, when you go out there, like I lost my last fight only because of optics. Like, I didn't feel like the shit. This corny ass dude was dancing to fucking In Sync and shit on his walkout, and he was all he won
it's
the
gonna
hearts.
Be May?
It was weird. He walked out to something gay, man. I don't know, man. He was a homo.
Bye.
Something worse. It was worse,
An
man.
In Sync walkout? I gotta know what this song was, dude.
He was 6'7". He was like 200-something pounds.
God,
he walked out to In Sync. He's dancing. He had a whole choreographed down, bringing Sexy back. He walked out to Sexy back after I just knocked him out. I just knocked that fool the fuck unconscious 5 months before that. And this fucking motherfucker walked out to fucking Sexy back and danced his way out there, G, to fight me again. And then won a dumbass decision. And I felt like I was beating him up. But
can I watch this?
yeah, I have it on my
Anyway?
shit. It's
I wanna
just
watch it. I want to see it.
I didn't do my job, man.
Bro, you lost a Sexy back?
Is it on you?
Come on, man. You fucking Mr. America over here. Confirmed kills and you lost a Sexy back?
So yeah, no, I gotta check. Yeah, no, you saying that, and I appreciate it. That hurts.
No.
That's the only way I can hurt you. That's the only thing I can do.
That's all
to
he's
you,
got
dude.
is words.
That's all I got.
But you know what though? What I learned from it though,
I feel bad for the
You
seventh
couldn't
fight.
choke him.
But
I
here's the
feel
lesson.
bad for the seventh fight.
Here's
this
the
dude's
lesson,
about to
though.
murder this motherfucker.
You gotta, you know, man, bro, I have, you know, I think that, you know, to tie the whole thing together, dog. One, I think the military recruits a specific type of person, and I definitely met that criteria. I've got low self-esteem. I needed, you know, something that was bigger than myself to, you know, believe in. When I lost that, and my wife and my family, and had to build myself back up, some of that related to the traumas of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My experiences.
Yeah.
The next thing was Charleston Muay Thai, man. And shout out to Jeff Grady. Shout out to my team.
Well, no
shout
pun
out to those fools.
Hey,
I
shout
love
out.
those fools.
And
They're my
no pun
family.
intended, you needed something to fight for. You're the type that
Right.
needs to fight. Like, whether that's mentally, physically, spiritually. Like,
To feel good.
Yeah.
And to feel good,
Yeah.
right? Because I've never felt like the shit. Anytime I ever did, it was like reprimanded. It was like, oh, you're cocky, you're arrogant, you're conceited. But I felt like I was always willing to do the work, though. I felt like I was always willing to try my best and put it out there and let the result be the result and give my best. I've never not given my best, man. Like
Hard
I
work
really
beats
mean
talent
that.
when talent don't work.
You know what I mean? And so to fight, though, and to be the shit in fighting, you do have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You're the shit. When you walk out there, I want to earn the feeling of walking out and being like, I'm better than that fool. I'm better than everybody. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I'm about to go kill this fool for real. I'm the most violent, most ruthless, most vicious man, Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? I'm the fucking guy right now. And if you fuck with money and mine, I'm letting you all know, you and the audience and the viewers and the people, that I'm the guy you don't fuck with. Bap, bap, bap.
Yeah.
And when I feel that, I don't know what I'm gonna do. That might be the most addicting feeling in the world that I need again and again and again.
Yeah.
Or at 38 years old, I might be like, all right, I did it. Now I know.
Yeah.
That's what I set out to feel. So I'm trying to earn
like
that.
it.
And I hope I earn it in the
fuck
DR.
with it. Well,
I hope I earn that in the DR, man. I got some weeks ahead, some hard training.
August 30th?
Jeff's not fucking around, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
The fools aren't fucking around
If
over
you
there.
walk into a fight thinking you ain't gonna win, you ain't gonna win.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
come in there like,
No, I thought I was
Hey.
gonna win. I just knocked that fool out. I just didn't feel like the shit.
in your
No,
head.
he's just saying it
Like-
anyways.
like
I just want to go
Nah,
to the
that's a
DR to
dope one,
see
though.
the press conference
Yeah,
when y'all face
yeah.
off. I can leave right
just-
after that. I think you're gonna win that.
Well, I just
Kill
wanna,
people,
I just
motherfucker.
want to say before we kick off though is that I'm this podcast, like the way I started it was a podcast for growth. You know, if you wanted to grow, just add water. That's the slogan, right?
The water
So
pond.
I just want to say, like, whatever you're chasing, whatever you do, like, you ain't got shit to prove, homie. I'm proud of you. I don't know if anybody's told you that, but I'm proud of you. I believe in you. Like, if nobody tells you that, I believe in you. If nobody,
I don't know if I believe in anybody else
you
anymore,
know
dude.
what I'm
This
saying?
guy's
Like,
the real
and,
deal,
and
bro.
like, you literally
means
don't
a
have
lot,
to
bro.
prove yourself. You don't have to worry about none of that shit because you want to prove something that you've already proven. You know what I'm saying? And you felt the way you feel because you proved it and somebody gave you like some flowers for it. But now you want to feel that again. But you can't prove something twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't go reproving scientific laws and shit. Like, you've already proven it. So, like, I just want you to walk away with that nugget of gold that, like, you ain't gotta prove shit, dog.
means a lot, bro.
Yeah.
That's big.
You're
Thank
a
you.
father. You're a successful person. You're
Fucking
stand up
patriot.
guy. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, what else you got to prove? Like, if you're trying, I'm fine with you.
You win, dude.
Yeah.
You won.
I just want to leave it like this. Like, if you're trying to prove some shit to yourself, go ahead, homie. If you're trying to prove some shit to, if you're trying to prove,
I got a lot to prove to myself for sure.
I like that. But if you're
do.
trying to prove it to somebody else, bro, like, don't worry about that shit. You already did it. You already done it. It's done. Like Jesus when he went down there and took the keys to hell.
Don't compare me to Jesus.
It's
Damn,
done.
bro, Jeremy Jesus? Did
No,
we
no,
just
no.
we
I'm
just
not
make something
comparing.
happen?
That
you.
was beautiful.
Jeremy
I appreciate
Christ?
that.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's done. Like
Yeah,
that's
I
how you
agree.
gotta look
No,
at
that
it. Like, it's
beautifully
done.
said,
Like,
beautifully said.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
you already took the keys.
I
So
asked God to allow me to shine His light and to help me be better at that. So
that's what
maybe
you
you're
should
saying
do,
that
bro.
so that
You
I
want
can
to be
say
the
that.
salt. You want to
That
be
God
the
is
salt.
great.
You got to be the salt. You
God is
know,
great.
we're the salt. Hey, shout out my cameraman.
Yeah,
shout out my
man, the
mother.
water pod.
Foolish, my guy.
The water
shout
pod
out
was
my
wet today.
co-host, cousin Sal.
Hey.
Hey, y'all give it up for Jeremy
Thank you guys,
Pires.
man. Thank
Like,
you.
I could go through his credentials, but hey, if you want to fly out to the Dominican Republic and check him out, August 30th,
Meet y'all there.
he about to kick somebody's ass in some Muay Thai.
feel bad for that guy.
Yeah. He got the Muay Thai, I got the Muay Fly, you know what I'm saying? But either way, we drinking mojitos, we slapping mosquitoes.
Oh, I forgot. I brought the jar.
You know
dude.
my rhymes
I
tighter
brought the
than
just mason
fucking.
jar
Let's
music.
go.
I brought the jar. I'm in the south. I forgot about the jar, dude. There we go.
Hey, break the
Yeah.
jar out. Shout out Dusty Rhodes, T-Dub on the ones and twos, and my boy Big City.
Big City.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
shouts out
Hey, shout out to Charleston, man.
Hey,
my
hold up,
adopted
hold
city,
up.
man.
Let's
I appreciate
crack
you.
it. Let's crack it.
Yeah, it's past that.
Let's break it. Is
It's
this just a
past
maple
that.
bacon?
It ain't
Yeah,
real if
maple-
your mama ain't feel it.
We in the South Crack-a-Lackey where the gangsters
Like I
do it.
said, it's Jeremy Pires, man. Shout out him. I'm Water
Man over in the
Boy.
Boston Celtics jersey.
Think
man. Sure hurt my
harder,
heart.
work smarter. If you
Laker
wanted to
Nation.
grow, just add water. It's the water pot. Peace.
Hey.
Yeah.
Peace.
You